Launched in 2018, the Parker Solar Probe is revolutionizing our understanding of the Sun, where changing conditions can affect not only Earth, but the entire solar system. Parker travels closer to the surface than any spacecraft before it, facing brutal heat and radiation, to provide the closest ever observations of a star. The probe is using Venus's gravity to gradually bring its orbit closer to the Sun, and will eventually fly through the Sun's atmosphere, as close as 3.8 million miles from the surface, well within the orbit of Mercury, and more than 7 times closer than any spacecraft has come before. At closest approach to the Sun, the front of Parker's solar shield faces temperatures approaching 1,377 degrees Celsius. However, thanks to the 4.5-inch thick carbon composite shield, the spacecraft's payload will only be about room temperature. Many ancient cultures believed that the Earth was the center of the universe, and the Sun revolved around the Earth. This image from an old star atlas illustrates this theory, which was known as geocentrism. It puts Earth in the center, orbited by the Sun and all the other planets. It wasn't until 1543 that Nicolaus Copernicus suggested a new theory, called heliocentrism, where the Sun is the center of our solar system. In 1610, Galileo Galilei's discovery of Jupiter's moons confirmed that not all heavenly bodies circled the Earth. However, the Catholic Church thought his work was so heretical that they warned him to abandon it. Stonehenge in Wiltshire, England, is a prehistoric monument which dates back to the Middle Neolithic period, around 2950 BCE. Some speculate it was an astronomical clock for calculating the position of the Sun, because on the midsummer and midwinter solstice, the Sun rises or sets exactly behind one of the stones, and its first rays shine directly into the heart of the monument. Less than speak this midsummer sunrise alignment as one of the world's most famous manifestations of ancient astronomy. Less than speak greater than. Maybe you have never been? Or is this model too small to see? Not a problem. Just pop through the door to your left, and enjoy the view. The Sun is located in a galaxy called the Milky Way, which probably looks like this one. The Milky Way is a spiral galaxy, with 2 major arms, 2 minor arms, and several spurs. Our solar system is located on the inner edge of the Orion spur, that extends outwards from the minor Sagittarius arm. From this location, the Sun orbits around the center of the galaxy, bringing the planets, asteroids, comets and other objects along with it, including you and me. The Sun itself is orbited by 8 planets, at least 5 dwarf planets, tens of thousands of asteroids, and up to 3 trillion comets and icy bodies, as well as numerous artificial objects, including a Tesla. NASA's Solar Dynamics Observatory captures an image of the Sun every 0.75 seconds. This video is a 10-year time-lapse of the rise and fall in activity as part of the Sun's solar cycle. The SDO has been watching the Sun non-stop for over a full decade, gathering over 425 million high-resolution images and amassing 20 million gigabytes of data. Early astronomers noted that the tails of comets always point away from the Sun, and they wondered if there was some kind of wind that flowed outwards from the star. They were right, and what they were witnessing was the effect of the solar wind. The solar wind is composed of plasma, an electrically conductive substance that represents the fourth state of matter, after solid, liquid and gas. This constant stream of plasma blasts planets across the solar system with particles and radiation, which can stream all the way to the surface of a planet, unless thwarted by an atmosphere or magnetic field. The connection and interactions between the Sun, solar wind and Earth are what drive the seasons, ocean currents, weather and climate on our planet. This erupting prominence occurred in 1992, and rose to 365,000 miles above the Sun. Space weather like this can damage satellites, corrode pipelines and affect power grids. Approximately every 11 years, the Sun enters a new solar cycle, and its geographic poles reverse their magnetic polarity. When this happens, the Sun's atmosphere changes, from quiet and calm, to violently active. This phase is known as the solar maximum, and it is a time of numerous solar storms, sunspots, solar flares, and coronal mass ejections. Why not check out our space weather room for more about these incredible displays of solar power? The Sun, like other stars, is a gigantic ball of gas. Nearly 3/4 of it is hydrogen. The rest is mostly helium, followed by oxygen, carbon, neon, nitrogen, magnesium, iron and silicon.